Hello, my name is Eileen Mesa, and I'll be doing my persuasive speech. My topic is recycling. Recycling is something that is a small action, but it generally makes a big impact in the world and our future. I mainly want to talk about today is something that seems small, but is actually very important. It is something that we see almost every day, and something that we can all do without much effort. That small action is recycling. Many people know that recycling is good, but they don't know how big the impact really is. My goal today is to persuade you to recycle more, recycle better, and understand why this simple habit matters for all of us. I want to begin with a simple idea. One person may think, I'm just one person, how much of a difference can I make? But imagine if millions of people make the same good choice. Suddenly, that small action becomes extremely powerful. This is exactly what happens with recycling. If millions of people recycle even a little bit more, we can change the world in a really good way. First, recycling helps protect the environment. We hear this all the time, but sometimes we don't stop and think what it really means. Right now, the United States creates more than 200 million of tons of trash every year. That amount is almost impossible to picture. It is like mountains of garbage growing higher and higher every year. Most of the trash ends up in landfills, or even worse, in oceans, rivers, and forests. When trash ends up in nature, it harms animals and the places they live. Birds get stuck in plastic rings. Sea turtles swallow plastic bags because they look like jellyfish. Fish eat tiny pieces of plastic that float in the water. Even animals on land, like deer and raccoons, get hurt by plastic or metal that people just simply throw away. These problems are not far away. They are happening right now. They are happening everywhere around the world. But recycling helps reduce all of this harm. When we recycle something, that an item does not go into a landfill, it does not sit on the ground for hundreds of years, and it does not float in the ocean, it becomes something new instead. By recycling, we help protect animals and keep nature clean. Recycling also helps reduce pollution. Landfills make chemicals that can leak into soil and water. They also create gases that add climate change. The more trash we throw away, the more pollution we create. Recycling keeps trash out of landfills, so we make less pollution. It is a simple act with a really huge effect. Second, recycling saves a huge amount of energy and natural resources. Many people do not realize how much energy is used to produce a new item from raw materials. Making new aluminum uses a lot of electricity. Making new plastic use of oil. Making new paper uses trees and large amounts of water. But when we recycle, companies don't have to make everything from scratch. For example, recycling just one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a television for 3 whole hours. That may not sound like much, but at first, imagine recycling hundreds of thousands of cans. That is hours and hours of saved energy. When we recycle paper, fewer trees need to be cut down. When we recycle plastic, less oil is used. Recycling glass saves sand and reduces factor pollution. Recycling does not just save materials, it saves energy. And saving energy means less climate pollution. When companies use less energy, they produce fewer greenhouse gases. This helps slow climate change. So, recycling does more than just keep trash out of landfills. It protects the air we breathe every day. The third reason recycling matters is really simple. It is simple and everyone can really do it. You do not need a special skill. You do not need a special machine. You just need a few seconds to place the right item in the recycling bin. Many schools, homes, stores, and public places already have recycling bins. You may see them all the time. Blue bins, green bins, labeled paper, plastic, or cans. The only thing you have to do is choose the right bin instead of the trash can. Some people say recycling is confusing, but most of the time it's quite simple. Paper goes in the paper bin, plastic bottles and containers go into the plastic bin, and cans go into the can bin. It's as simple as that. Even if your city or neighbor only recycles a few things, recycling those few things is still very helpful. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. In conclusion, recycling is more than just a small action. It is a powerful way to protect our planet. Recycling helps reduce trash, protect animals, saves energy, and slow down climate change. It is easy, it is simple, and every person can do it. So I ask you, start recycling today, not once, but every day. Encourage your family and friends to recycle as well. Speak up when you see someone throwing away something that should be recycled. Be the person who makes a difference. Thank you.